As this day begins, take a moment for this prayer of gratitude and thank God for today. Don't scroll, please don't scroll past this, because this message is finding you for a reason you may not fully understand yet, but your heart feels it, doesn't it? That quiet pull, that sudden stillness, that sense that something just shifted inside you as soon as you heard these words. And today, this Saturday, January 17th, 2026, is not an ordinary day. It's a divinely marked moment, a pause in time where heaven is leaning close and whispering, "This message is for you. Listen to this. You didn't wake up by accident. You didn't land on this prayer by chance. Even if your mind feels cluttered or your heart feels heavy, even if you're tired of hoping or pretending you're okay, God sees you right where you are, and before the world starts demanding things from you, before your phone fills your mind with noise, heaven wants to start your day with gratitude. Not forced gratitude, not fake positivity, but deep, soul-level gratitude that heals what anxiety has been tightening. Take a breath right now. Feel that? That's the moment your spirit exhales. God, we come to you right now saying thank you, not because everything is perfect, but because you are faithful. Thank you for today. Thank you for another sunrise, another chance, another opportunity to begin again. Thank you for carrying us through nights we thought would break us. Thank you for protecting us from things we didn't even see. And for the person listening who feels emotional for no clear reason, this prayer is unlocking something inside you. Gratitude is awakening your spirit. You've been surviving for so long that you forgot how powerful it is to simply be present. But today, presence is your miracle. Today, gratitude is your breakthrough. You may have woken up feeling behind, feeling like time is running out, feeling like everyone else is moving forward while you're standing still. But hear this clearly. You are not late, you are not forgotten, and you are not stuck. God has been working quietly, strategically, lovingly, behind the scenes. The delays were not denials, they were protection. The silence was not absence, it was preparation. And this morning, as you choose gratitude, something begins to realign. The universe responds when you say thank you. Angels respond when you acknowledge today instead of worrying about tomorrow. And if you've been seeing signs lately, numbers repeating like 1111 when you're thinking deeply, 222 when you're questioning direction, 333 when you're craving reassurance, this is your confirmation. You are being guided. You are being supported. You are awakening spiritually, even if you don't have language for it yet. Gratitude is opening your eyes. Suddenly, you're noticing small blessings again. The quiet, the light through the window, the fact that you made it this far. And God is saying, "Look how far you've come. You survived seasons that tried to silence you. You healed from things you never talk about. You carried others while breaking inside, and still, you're here. Today is sacred. Today is a reset. Today is the foundation for what's coming next. And something is coming. You may feel it like a hum in your chest, like anticipation mixed with calm, like hope trying to rise again even though you promised yourself you wouldn't expect too much. But gratitude is softening you, not making you weak, making you ready. Ready for clarity. Ready for peace. Ready for alignment. This prayer is not just words, it's a moment of divine recognition. God recognizes you. Heaven recognizes your effort, your patience, your quiet faith. Even when you doubted, even when you felt disconnected, you are still being held. So today, we thank you, God, for every closed door that redirected us, every tear that watered growth, every ending that made space for a beginning. Thank you for today, because today is proof that your mercy renews every morning. And listen, this is important. Don't rush this moment. Don't let your mind pull you away. Stay here. Something is settling. Something is lifting. This gratitude is not the end of the story, it's the opening scene. And if your heart is beating a little faster right now, if you feel strangely calm yet emotional, that's confirmation that this prayer is activating something meant just for you. Stay with me, because what's unfolding today goes deeper than you expect, and this is only the beginning. Stay with me, don't let your attention drift right now, because what you're feeling in this moment is not imagination, it's alignment. And this is where the message begins to go deeper, where gratitude turns into direction and calm turns into clarity. Listen to this. Something is shifting today, not loudly, not dramatically the way movies show it, but quietly, gently, the way real miracles often happen. You may not see instant proof, but you will feel the difference. There's a subtle release happening in your spirit, like a weight you've been carrying without realizing it is finally being set down. God is touching the part of you that has been holding on out of sheer survival. And right now, He's saying, you don't have to carry this into the next season. This Saturday is a threshold moment, a crossing. You are stepping out of reaction mode and into alignment. And that's why your emotions feel close to the surface. Because your soul recognizes that something old is ending. For so long, you've been trying to figure everything out, replaying conversations, questioning decisions, wondering if you missed your moment or made the wrong choice. But hear this clearly, nothing that was meant for you has passed you by. Nothing. What left had to leave. What delayed needed time. What hurt had a purpose you couldn't see then but are starting to understand now. God doesn't waste pain, He transforms it. And today, gratitude is transforming your perspective. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Your spirit is learning to ask, what is this preparing me for? That shift alone changes everything. Pay attention to how calm feels different today. It's not numbness. It's not resignation. It's peace with expectation underneath it. That's the sign of alignment. And if you've felt disconnected from your purpose lately, unsure of your direction, or overwhelmed by choices, this prayer is resetting your internal compass. God is ordering your steps again. You don't need the whole map. You only need today. And today is covered. You may notice synchronicities starting to increase. Random messages that answer questions you didn't say out loud. People reaching out unexpectedly. Ideas returning to you that you once gave up on. This is not coincidence. This is confirmation. Heaven is responding to your willingness to be present. To trust again. To open your heart instead of guarding it. And yes, guarding your heart kept you safe for a while, but it also kept you from receiving. Today, that guard is softening. Not disappearing, softening. Enough to let light in. Enough to let guidance through. Enough to let love, purpose, and clarity approach without fear. And God knows you've been afraid. Afraid of hoping again. Afraid of being disappointed. Afraid of starting something new only to watch it fall apart. But listen, this season is different. You are different. You are not the same person who went through those past struggles. You are wiser, stronger, more discerning, more connected. And heaven is partnering with you now in a new way. That's why the old strategies won't work anymore. That's why forcing things feels exhausting. You're being invited into flow, into trust, into alignment. And it begins today with gratitude anchoring you. There is a divine order unfolding in your life, even if the timeline doesn't make sense yet. God is weaving things together that seemed unrelated. Conversations, delays, endings, rest, all of it is part of a larger design. And right now, something is being decided in the unseen. Something is being cleared. Something is being prepared. You don't need to rush. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to chase what's meant to meet you. Your only assignment today is to stay open and stay grateful. And here's what you need to hear next. This shift is not just internal. It will show up externally, in how you respond instead of react, in the choices that suddenly feel obvious, in the peace that guards your mind when old triggers try to pull you back. This is the beginning of alignment in motion. And if you feel a sense of anticipation right now, like something meaningful is close but not fully revealed yet, that's intentional. God reveals in layers. And this layer, this Saturday, is about trust, about foundation, about anchoring your spirit before the next reveal. So don't rush ahead. Don't skip this moment. Let it settle. Let it root. Because what's coming next will require the calm you're building right now. And this prayer, this moment, is preparing you for it. Stay with me. We're not done yet. Stay right here. Don't scroll, don't rush, don't let your mind wander. Because this part is touching the deepest place in your heart, the place you don't talk about, the place where your longing, your questions, and your hope quietly live. Listen to this closely. Love has been one of the biggest teachers in your life, hasn't it? Not just romantic love, but the absence of it, the loss of it, the confusion around it. You've loved deeply, or you've wanted to, and somewhere along the way love became complicated, heavy, or painful. And yet, here you are, still open enough to feel, still tender enough to care. God sees that. The universe sees that. And today, this very Saturday, something is being recalibrated in your heart. This is not about forcing love or chasing someone's attention. This is about alignment, about timing, about healing what needed healing so that what arrives next doesn't hurt the way the past did. If you've been thinking about someone lately, someone you haven't spoken to in a while, someone who appears in your thoughts without warning, someone connected to unfinished emotions, this is not random. This is a signal. Not always of reunion, but of resolution. Sometimes love comes back to close a chapter. Sometimes it comes back healed. Sometimes it shows up as clarity instead of a person. But whatever form it takes, today is about emotional truth. You're being asked to thank God not only for the love that stayed, but for the love that left, because it taught you what you will no longer accept. Gratitude is freeing you from emotional patterns that kept repeating. And here's the prophetic part. Your heart is becoming ready in a way it wasn't before. Not desperate. Not guarded. Ready. Balanced. Grounded. A soulmate connection. Whether it is drawing closer now or preparing to enter your life, requires this version of you. The healed one. The aware one. The one who knows their worth without needing validation. And if you've been seeing signs connected to love, dreams that feel vivid, numbers like 4:44 or 6 hours 66 minutes appearing when you think about relationships, songs playing at the exact right moment, these are confirmations that your emotional life is under divine attention right now. You are not forgotten in this area. Heaven is involved. And I need you to hear this clearly. You did not miss your chance at love. Love is not behind you. It is ahead of you, waiting for alignment. And today's gratitude is part of that preparation. You're releasing resentment. You're releasing regret. You're releasing the idea that love must hurt to be real. God is teaching your heart safety again. Slowly. Gently. And yes, it feels vulnerable. Yes, it feels unfamiliar. But it is holy. And if there is someone currently in your life who feels confusing, hot and cold energy, mixed signals, emotional distance, this prayer is bringing clarity. Either alignment will strengthen, or misalignment will be revealed. And both are blessings. Because what is not aligned cannot follow you into the next season. You are stepping into a chapter where emotional peace matters more than emotional intensity. Where consistency feels more attractive than chaos. Where you no longer beg for effort. That shift alone is prophetic. And listen, your soulmate does not arrive to complete you, they arrive to walk with you. That's why this season of inner alignment is necessary. You're no longer asking, will they choose me? You're learning to ask, does this align with who I'm becoming? That's power. That's growth. That's readiness. And God is smiling at that evolution. So today, we thank you, God, for emotional healing, for clarity replacing confusion, for love that is safe, mutual, and real. We thank you for removing attachments that kept us small. We thank you for preparing connections that honor our growth. And if your heart feels tender right now, if there's a lump in your throat, if tears feel close, that's release. Let it happen. This is not weakness. This is healing in motion. Something is being cleared so something true can arrive. And here's the cliffhanger you need to sit with. This emotional shift you're feeling is not the final chapter. It's the doorway. What comes next will feel different than anything you've experienced before. Calmer, clearer, more aligned. And the fact that you're here, listening to this, feeling this, is proof that your heart is ready to receive it. Stay open. Stay grateful. Because love, real love, is closer than you think, and this moment is part of how it finds you. Stay with me. Don't scroll. Don't rush away from this moment. Because what's happening right now is not just emotional. It's energetic. It's spiritual. And it's intentional. You are not simply listening to words. You are participating in alignment. Something unseen is responding to your attention, your openness, your willingness to receive. And this is where signs begin to make sense. If you've been noticing strange timing lately, thinking about something right before it appears, speaking a name, and then seeing it pop up, feeling an urge to pause only to later realize you were being protected, this is confirmation that your intuition is awakening. God speaks in many ways, and one of them is alignment. Another is repetition. And another is peace that doesn't make logical sense. Today, that peace is being sealed. You may have spent a long time questioning your instincts, wondering if you were overthinking, second-guessing yourself because the past taught you to doubt what you felt. But hear this clearly, your intuition is not broken. It was just buried under fear, pressure, and survival. And now, it's coming back online. That's why this prayer feels different. That's why you feel alert yet calm. That's why your body feels relaxed even as your spirit feels stirred. Something is activating. This is the moment where manifestation stops being about forcing outcomes and starts being about alignment with timing. God is teaching you how to trust the unfolding instead of controlling it. And yes, control once kept you safe. Planning, anticipating, preparing for disappointment, that was survival. But this season is not about survival. It's about surrender with confidence, trust with wisdom, faith with grounding. And the universe responds powerfully to that frequency. If you've been asking for signs, this is one of them. This message itself is a sign. The fact that you stayed this long is a sign. The calm settling over you is a sign. And if numbers have been following you lately, 7's showing up when you're contemplating purpose, 1's appearing when you're thinking about new beginnings, 8's when you're worried about stability. This is divine language. God is reminding you that cycles are completing, doors are opening, and abundance is being reordered. Not rushed. Reordered. And that matters. Because what arrives out of alignment doesn't last. But what arrives in divine order carries peace with it. You are being positioned, not punished. And some of the waiting you endured was not because you weren't ready, but because the situation wasn't. Other people needed time to grow. Circumstances needed to shift. Paths needed to clear. And while you were waiting, you were being strengthened. Your discernment sharpened. Your patience deepened. Your boundaries clarified. That's why today feels like a checkpoint. A confirmation that you didn't waste your time. None of it was in vain. And here's the part your heart needs to hear. What you've been quietly manifesting, not obsessively, not desperately, but sincerely, is responding now. Maybe not in the exact form you imagined, but in the form that serves you best. God always answers prayers in alignment with your highest good, not just your immediate comfort. That's why some things didn't work out the way you hoped. They would have cost you your peace. And today, peace is the priority. This prayer is anchoring that peace so you don't abandon it when things start moving again. Because things will move again. Momentum is returning. Ideas that went quiet will resurface. Motivation will return. But softer, steadier, wiser. Opportunities will appear, but you'll feel no rush to grab them. You'll feel clarity about which ones are aligned. That's growth. That's manifestation matured by faith. And right now, God is sealing discernment over you. You will recognize what's meant for you without anxiety. You will know when to move and when to wait. You will feel guided rather than pressured. And that is a gift. So today, we thank you, God, for signs that confirm without confusing. For peace that anchors without limiting. For manifestation that unfolds without fear. Thank you for speaking in ways we can feel. Thank you for guiding us even when we didn't know how to listen. And if you feel a sense of expectancy right now, like something is close but not fully visible yet, hold on to that. That's not impatience. That's readiness. Something is aligning just beyond what you can see. And this prayer, this moment of awareness, is part of how you're being prepared to recognize it when it arrives. Stay present today. Stay observant. Stay grounded. Because the universe is responding, and God is confirming, and what comes next will feel unmistakably right. Stay here just a little longer. Don't scroll. Don't rush to the next thing. Because this final part is where everything comes together, where the prayer is sealed, and where peace is anchored so deeply that you carry it with you beyond this moment. What you're feeling right now is not temporary comfort. It's divine assurance. God is settling something in you that no circumstance can easily shake. And that's important, because movement is coming. Change is coming. But it will not overwhelm you the way it once did. You are stepping into a season where you respond from alignment, not fear. Where you choose from clarity, not urgency. And this Saturday, January 17th, 2026, will mark that inner turning point. One day you will look back and realize this was the moment things quietly shifted. Not everything on the outside at once, but everything on the inside first. And that's how God works. He establishes peace before he releases purpose. He anchors identity before he opens doors. He heals the heart before he expands the territory. You've been asking for stability, for clarity, for confirmation that you're on the right path. And this calm you feel right now is your answer. It is God saying, I've got you. Even if your circumstances haven't caught up yet, heaven already has. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not starting over from nothing. You are starting from wisdom, from experience, from healing. And that changes everything. Today, we seal this prayer with gratitude. Not surface-level gratitude, but soul deep appreciation for how far you've come and how intentionally you're being guided forward. Thank you, God, for this day. Thank you for guarding our minds from fear and our hearts from despair. Thank you for lifting the heaviness we've carried silently. Thank you for reminding us that peace is not found in having everything figured out, but in trusting the one who already has. And for the listener who feels emotional, who feels like crying without knowing why, this is release. Let it happen. Tears are not weakness. They are truth leaving the body. Something old is ending here. An identity rooted in survival. A pattern rooted in fear. A belief that you must struggle to be worthy. That ends today. From this moment forward, you walk with a quieter confidence. A grounded hope. A faith that doesn't need to prove itself. And yes, challenges will still come, but they will not consume you. You will meet them with discernment instead of panic, with wisdom instead of reaction. Because you are not walking alone. God goes before you today, behind you, beside you, and within you. And here's what I want you to carry with you as you move through this day. Pay attention, not anxiously, but gently. Notice how conversations feel different, how decisions feel clearer, how you no longer feel pulled in 10 directions at once. That's alignment. That's the fruit of this prayer. And when doubts try to return, as they sometimes do, remember this moment. Remember the calm. Remember the clarity. Remember that you were reminded of who you are and whose you are. This day is blessed. This path is ordered. This season is intentional. And the gratitude you started this morning with will continue to open doors you don't have to force. So go into today grounded. Go into today open. Go into today trusting that what is meant for you will recognize you when the time is right. And if you feel a quiet sense of anticipation, like something meaningful is unfolding just beneath the surface, that's not imagination. That's confirmation. This prayer was the seal. This moment was the anchor. And what comes next will meet you with peace, purpose, and divine timing. Your day has been covered. Your heart has been aligned. And this is not the end. This is the beginning. If this prayer brought peace to your heart, please like, subscribe, and join us every day as we begin our mornings with gratitude and faith.